This is part one of the MIG build. I've gone ahead and started the build. Unfortunately, I did go a little bit too quickly into it. I didn't realise what I was doing. What's happened is I was going to do a little bit, film it, little bit, film it, little bit, film it. I didn't. I got into the building of it. So there's a lot more done than I expected on this video. I'm going to try and keep it short. YouTube said, oh, you get 15 minutes of video. I'm not. I'm only getting 10 minutes of video, and then they're chopping it up and putting another segment on. So I want to keep this quite short if I can. Right, as you can see, there's quite a lot done. Right, firstly, I put the two halves together. The two halves of the upper and the upper fuselage. I put some liquid plastic in here just to strengthen the joint, because there's only one little tab. Secondly, when I went to fit these air vents, the extra air vents, they wouldn't fit. Luckily I hadn't glued the two outside pieces. Now I married those up with the back half of the fuselage and then popped those in, and they went in perfectly. It was just a question of they squashed up a little bit. Right, on filling them, you can't see it now, but because I've rushed ahead a bit. What I did, I was give it a light spray of the undercoat. That showed up all the marks and all the pieces that I needed to fill up. The mark, the top centre where it fits together is a panel mark, so I don't need to fill that. The outside two pieces, well, they don't have panel marks in them. Not according to my three view drawings, so I filled them. They went in on themselves a little bit like that, so I actually filled them twice. I put a light fill over the first time and then filled it up the second time just to get it up and level. I used a file. Where's it gone? Oh, it doesn't matter, I'll just get one. I use these needle files. This ain't the one, but this needle file, and just filed off the excess putty. Now green putty is quite nice, quite good. Once it's dried, I'd leave it overnight to dry, so you do give it a little bit of a file. Right, don't put your weight onto it, just keep a finger on it while you're filing. Just keep your finger. You can see that you can actually balance it between the fingers and the thumb. Little pressure, and because if you do it too hard, you'll dig into the plastic, and you don't want this because you'll have to fill that then. Light strokes and keep it moving. Don't keep it in one place. Keep it moving. All right, that'll do a nice job on it. Take 2000 grit paper, finish it off. You get a nice smooth finish. Then what I've done is to check the finish, give it another coat of undercoat, and as you can see here, oh sorry, that's that. As you can see there, absolutely gone, nothing there at all. I'll have to scribe some panel lines on a bit further up there. That's where they should be. Right, next thing, cockpit. Again, I'm going to put that up there. I don't know whether I'll do a picture of that as well. I finished the cockpit. It wasn't that hard. Painting the front dial panel. I painted it with a black wash of enamel. I know I was going to say Tammy I was going to do this with, but the paints cost so much. I got one tin, or one jar I should say, of Tamiya, of grey. Right, I washed it in black, and then I've done Tamiya, and I got it, I reduced it. It wasn't quite a wash, it was about halfway between the normal paint and a wash. And I went round all the dials with this, so I've got the grey and black dials now on there. It looks much better than that all over black that the instructions tell you to do it. The seat's actually too big. It should be smaller. That's on that site. It would tell you how much. There is etch brass you could use to put it in. I'm just doing it as the kit, so no harms. The emergency pull, not emergency pull, the ejector seat pull It's about 2.5 feet high, according to the scale. It should only just be by the legs, so that needs to be sorted out. I'm going to leave it. I'm just doing the kit, so and that's about it. I did paint the canopy, where the canopy will go, with the Tamiya's paint. I've done it by hand. It's not that good a job. I'm going to go over it again before doing any more painting to it. When you see this next, I'm going to tape up the underside and get them all married up. I've already tried a quick fit on the rear section. The rear section has got a warp. One side is really bad. The other side, it's just a tiny piece. It'll pull together, okay, without having to work on it. But I'm going to have to put that under hot water, the bottom of this. Also on that side, it says on the bottom parts, they are different lengths. I'll show you that on the next one. It'll be easy to see rather than me telling you. Okay, I think that's about all for number 1. Part 2 will be here soon. This is the second part of the MiG-29 build. As you can see, I've taped the bottom up as I said I was going to do. There is one point though. In here we have the crack. Now the back half fits perfectly on the outside panelling, just here. I'll probably put a photograph up of this so you can see it better. Whoops, let me just pop this back on. I haven't taped this one on at the moment. I just popped it on, I saw the gap and I thought, oh, let's have a look at that. Oh, there we go. I don't know whether you can actually see that. There's actually quite a gap in here. Can you see that? I'll just open it up a little bit. There we go. I'll put the photo up as well. That's going to need some serious work. So I'll have to show that in a separate segment of how I've done it. There is a site. I've got the website, and I'll put it on my list. They only deal with MiG-29s. They do this kit, and they do the write-up for it. Apparently, this bottom half is actually shorter than the top half. Now, mine, typical. I always get them. Mine's the opposite way round. My top half is shorter than the bottom. If it was the other way round, as in their write-up, I could put a piece of card in there and fill it, no trouble at all. As it's the top half, I've got to fill in all this gap down here. I'll put the photograph in and you can see how much of a gap there is there. I think you can see on that side. Oh, hang on, let me get that out of the way. Can you see that gap there? I'm going to have to fill that. Now, I was thinking I would have to cut the bottom, but these two parts marry up perfectly here. Okay, that's about it for now. End of part 3. No, part 2, sorry, part 2. In part 3, I'll show you how to do this, and I'll be getting on with this as well. Hopefully, we can get something done about this. I think this is going down to a Skoda. That's my rating. It's now become a Skoda. The old Skodas, not the new ones, by the way. Ones that needed a lot of work. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.